Well, first, Much Ado About Nothing, Shoots in Black and White, now Nebraska. I really like these decisions. In fact, I like them so much that this whole review is going to be in glorious black and white. Although I'm changed it to black and white in post. I didn't actually film in black and white. Let's start the review for Nebraska. Nebraska follows a crazy alcoholic old man named Woody Grant, who's played by Bruce Dern. He believes he's won a large amount of money, $1 million I might add, and decides to go to Nebraska to claim his prize, hence the name Nebraska. The only problem is that he lives in Montana, and he tries to get to Nebraska by walking there, and well, yeah, not a very short walk. So his son, played by Will Forte of SNL, decides to drive him to Nebraska so they can get their money. Now, at the point where you think that this is going to be a road trip movie where the son and father are together, bond together, the movie spends most of its time in Woody's hometown, where he gets to see some of his older friends, some of his relatives, and we get to find out why Woody is who he is, why he doesn't pay attention to what's going on around him, why he seems all crazy, and it leads to a very, very warm-hearted movie. The director of this movie is Alexander Payne, the same guy who directed one of my favorite movies of 2011, The Descendants, with George Clooney. That movie captured a real sense of emotion, and it really shows that one of the most tragic moments can bring a family closer together than they ever been before. Nebraska deals with the same themes of family, though in a different way when compared to The Descendants. I was really, really invested in what was going on in this movie. It's really, really good. As I mentioned before, this movie is shot in black and white, and for this kind of movie, it really does work. The movie might have looked fine in color, but I think for shooting it in black and white, it makes the movie that much more unique and sort of ups everything that's going on in this movie. It also gives the movie a sense of age, and is appropriate since most of the characters in this movie are elderly people. It fits really well with the situation and circumstances. The performances are very believable and natural. The actress who plays Woody's wife, June Squibb, is fantastic in this movie. She has her funny moments, she has great chemistry with Bruce Dern, and you do really believe that these two were married for some large amount of time, and remind me of a lot of older couples out there. I have a feeling she's going to get an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress. And then Bruce Dern is great also, as this crazy alcoholic old man, and who's just really oblivious to everything that's going on around him, to the point where, like, is this guy in a daze? But I think he's going to get a Best Actor nomination. And for a while, I didn't believe that Bruce Dern was acting. I really did believe that he was that crazy and just that oblivious to what was going on around him. That is the sign of a true actor, when you believe them in their role. If I had any problems with this movie, it's that while I do like Will Forte, I feel that he's the only one who's more reading his lines rather than acting. However, it was nice to see him do something different that he really isn't used to doing, like when he does SNL or MacGruber, or when he's on Conan occasionally as Ted Turner. But I'd say out of all the actors, well, I did like him. He wasn't terrible, but he was just the weakest of the bunch. This is a very, very well-made movie, very natural. It's going to get a lot of Oscar buzz, and it's really worth seeing in your lifetime, especially if you love these kinds of movies. And I don't think it's a movie that I can see anyone not liking. It's really that good. Although I will say to my future kids, if I'm 80 years old, cranky, crazy, an alcoholic, or just don't know what's going on around me, do not think twice about putting me in an old folks home. Just do it. Now, if my 80-year-old self decides to complain about, just go to this video and listen to your 22-year-old father. Put me in an old folks home if I end up being crazy, insane, and just all around cranky. That sounded weird, 22-year-old father. But yeah, that's just a message for my future kids. So that's my review for Nebraska, and I think it's time to go back to color. There we go. Leave a comment if you've seen the movie, subscribe to my channel for more stuff in the future, check out my other channel, AlexG8462. Sure. You can follow me on Twitter at AlexG8462, follow me on Instagram at TheRealMrRobinson, and go like me on Facebook / The Cinemas with Mr. Robinson. As always, share it with your friends and tell them about me, and remember to know it before you see it. This has been The Cinemas with Mr. Robinson, and I'll see you guys later.